Hi, today in my video I want to talk about a person who talked about a lot of the topics we explored throughout Black experience in his own music, and he is still a legend today. This artist is Tupac Shakur. He fought for social inequality amongst Black people. Tupac was influenced by his mom because she was a part of the Black Panther Party, which was first known as the Black Panther Party of Social Defense. These this Black Panther Party, they supported the Black Power movement, which helped them develop and create their own movement. The Black Panther Party would set up patrols in Black communities to help and monitor the rate of police brutality among Blacks because it was so heavy back then. Um, Tupac also focused a lot on social inequality. And what he got from this is that he really just wanted to show Black people, you are in this world and you do have a label, but you do not have to be like who the rest of these people say. I was in reading Patricia Collins' book, Black Feminists. I learned that blacks were at the bottom of the hierarchy in everything they do, and I relate this back to a song that Tupac Shakur has. It's "Me Against the World," and in his language, in his lyrics, he says, "It's me against the world. It's me against the world. It's me against the world. When am I gonna win?" And at the end, he says, "You're not gonna win." So basically, he's saying that no matter what, that's what Patricia Collins relates to back. No matter what a Black person does, education, they can receive the highest education, they can get the best job, but they're still not gonna equate to the white person. Growing up in California, Tupac Shakur experienced poverty and mistreatment of Blacks. He witnessed police brutality, which is why he's so heavily focused on it and focused on the fair treatment of getting Blacks together and allowing them to be treated equally. He was tired of what he was seeing, so he took it into his own hands. And in developing his own music group, he decided to go against the odds. And that was the mission statement for his group, Outlaws. It wasn't to go against the police and fight them as people assume and, incorporate them with. It was to go against what society has placed on the Black person. Yeah, I am a Black person, but I can be educated. And I can, read. I can get up in the system. I am not what society has deemed me to be. I am an individual just like everybody else. And that's what Tupac voiced so hard in his music. He wanted other Black people, not necessarily Black people, but mainly Black people, to know that, you don't have to be what you are stereotyped to be. You could be somebody else. And that's what he really focused on. In Du Bois' book, Souls of Black Folks, he talks about how it is dangerous if a Black person gets education. Well, Tupac took this dangerous and he knew that. So which is why even though he faced poverty and his mom being addicted to crack and he being homeless, he went out there just like Du Bois did and worked hard so he could get an education. He was enrolled into a private music school in Boston. Not a lot of people know that, but Tupac states often in his song that education is important. He did stuff in the community, just to, book drives, book bag drives, school drives. He wanted children in school because he knew, just like Du Bois knew, that if you give a Black person education, that's something that nobody can take away. And see, the white person or, people that look down on Black people as a whole don't think that they have education and know that if they do obtain that education, they can go far because they are uncommon from the rest. And that's what we talked about throughout this whole class, that how you don't have to live under the veil. You can step out of the veil. You don't have to be who society has placed you to be. You could be somebody else. And if you listen to Tupac's music, you can how he confronts the government of the injustices in the mistreatment of Black people. He also talks about religion. In his song Black Jesus, for example, he states, "Cops patrol projects, hating the people living in them. I was born an inmate waiting to escape the prison." So basically he's saying in this lyrics, the white people, the cops, they hate us. But if you listen to this song fully with full detail, you'll see that, yeah, the cops, they hate us, but it's God. It's God who got us, and if we just keep working hard, that's something also I learned throughout the souls of black folks. Slavery and religion, it was really, really like slaves, they really relied on religion because they knew that was something that God was always going to be with them, and that they didn't have to depend on the white man or their master. They could always depend on God, and God would make a way. So Tupac also voiced religion. Like, he was born an inmate waiting to escape the prison. So right there, what he's saying is, he was born into this society as, somebody with a label already, and he's just working hard, just waiting and waiting until God gives him his time so that he can escape. And also, that goes on to say how, like, with the souls of black folks, music was also important to black people as well. They focused so heavily on music. Tupac, that's how he got his message out, because he knew, there's two things that African Americans like in a whole. And this is not, I hope this is not a stereotype, but it is not a stereotype, but it is the fact kind of. We rely heavily on religion, and we really rely on music. So, if you can teach the people through music, then they can change. Tupac is still listened to today, and his music is still heard and learned from today by black people and many other people of other races. And his whole message and idea, just like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Booker T. Washington, was to bring people together, to get them to realize, we are people, we are equality, but we are not below. And that was Tupac's whole main purpose in his music, to say, step out of who they called you to be and who they label you to be. You aren't below, you are above, just like everybody else. And throughout this black experience, that's what I've learned, that how to step out of what I've been categorized and what I've been stereotyped to be, to step out and accept me being a black person. And I really do appreciate this class because it taught me to do this, and just it helped me to know what has been in the past and leaders of the past, and the problems that we do face, and like how I can change it. So I end this video saying that, just like Tupac preached and wanted people to get out of his message, step outside of your comfort zone, step out of who they stereotype you to be, because your color of the skin doesn't make who you are. So thank you. I thank you for this classroom, and I thank you for taking the time to listen to my video.